You know, we are 4 episodes into this series, and all four of us are still here. Welcome back to Kicking Gates.
Kicking the gates in! This is
Copy.
Munchkin.
Just calm down.
Did either of those do anything?
I don't think so. Grenades in this game are actually pretty terrible. Like, they do damage, but their, like, radius of explosiveness is incredibly small. Or deceptively small, I should say.
I know this is going to sound ignorant, but no game I've ever played has actually had very useful grenades outside of, like, a couple of grenades in Borderlands.
You haven't played Call of Duty 4.
You're right, I haven't played Call of Duty 4. I played Modern Warfare 2 and 3. Not Call of Duty 4.
Call of Duty 4 grenades are, like, the best thing ever.
As quickly as it faded into obscurity, I still think Gears of War has some good grenades because they can also be makeshift mines. So if you don't feel like throwing a grenade, you could like put it up against a wall, wait for someone to come at you, and it'll just blow up.
I see you're playing it smart and being very sneaky.
Well, if you don't, then you get your ass handed to you, because there's one of you and, like, 7 other people.
You gotta be sneaky, Charlie. Sneaky.
About as sneaky as a grenade going off.
Sneaky.
Well, it's not really sneaky, it's more just ducking and hiding behind cover, you know, every chance I get.
It's called
more like-
being a coward.
It's called being conservative.
You know, there's being a coward, and then there's being smart. This is a little of both.
No, stop that.
Or cow.
No Manasai.
Okay.
Well, that was Jack.
Knife him. Knife him.
I don't have
Knife.
a knife.
You know what? Now that you mention that, why does Drake not carry around a knife? That is actually a very good question
If anything,
that I don't think anyone has asked.
If anything, just to cut through the fucking jungle.
Seriously. You think he
Shutting
would
your
carry around
eye.
like a...
No, he just punches people.
No, yeah. You'd think he would carry around a knife.
I mean, it'd probably make the melee a little bit more interesting. And a little bit more viable in certain situations, but you know, no.
Well, I think... Okay, you know what? I think the game's excuse is that melee would be too easy. With a knife.
Oh, that's true.
I want to imagine that Naughty Dog was working on this game, and they were right near the end stages, and then they were like, you know, really would have been a good idea if we added a knife to this game, and then someone else says, well, too late now, let's get that shit out onto the store shelves. Alright, maybe next
Or at the very least, like, disposable melee weapons like The Last of Us has.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Drake has well, at least in spirit, has a machete in The Last of Us. This is character. Well, not Drake so much as Nolan North.
That's true.
But you are right. For all the weapons that Drake... For all the things that Drake can get, why does he not have a knife?
Maybe they'll fix that in Uncharted 4.
It's like the most basic thing that an adventurer going through the environments that he goes through should have.
Nah, man. Fucking guns.
Or a fucking machete or something? Like, come on.
The way the direction Uncharted 4 looks like it's going, it looks like you have to worry more about just trying to navigate the environment rather than get up close and stab someone.
Right.
You can do it.
I can do it.
Ricochet off the wall.
No, but that's the point that we were trying to make, is that, like, if you're going to be going through the environment, like, when you're deep inside of this kind of environment, you need something to cut your way through in case there's, like, shrubbery blocking you. That's okay. We'll assume that the other guys are already doing that for us.
Did you hear that, Justin?
What?
When I threw the grenade?
Oh, yeah, you missed.
Oh.
You know, your face is not covered You should probably stop getting shot there.
Eh.
No way, man. His face protects the rest of his body.
Actually, has there ever been a game where getting shot in the face doesn't actually count as getting more damage? Or at least that much more damage than the rest of your body?
Jack, recoil.
Well, in that situation, it's more of just, like, spray and pray. They were the only two left.
Even when I'm that close, I don't just go full auto unless the crosshairs are actually on them.
Spray and pray is my favorite strategy.
We know.
We know.
The funny thing is, I don't think you can actually hip fire in this game.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, you can, you?
It's just incredibly inaccurate.
Hmm.
Now where do we go?
It's mostly used for shooting when behind cover because and you don't want yourself to be like over the cover.
You stick your gun out, but without the rest of you sticking out.
Yeah.
Although it's highly inaccurate. In real life, I don't think I've ever seen someone try and attempt that unless they were like sure that they were like right in front of them. If anything, blind fire is more for suppression fire than actually hitting someone. As a matter of fact, in real-life combat scenarios, more often than not, most engagements end with just suppression fire without actually anyone hitting each other.
It's because people are dumb.
Oh, people just don't want to die, so they stay behind cover as much as possible. This isn't the times where we all stood in giant lines and just shot each other to death.
That was fun. We should do that again sometime.
Implying you're old enough to experience that, Landon.
Dude.
I've been in wars. What are you talking about, Cloud?
Some people
I've been in the Great War. I've been in the Great War of developing Lexine's Quest versus my laziness.
It's true. That's a war.
Oh.
I've been in the war on Christmas because Fox News made that a thing.
Have you been in the War on Drugs? The band?
Oh.
Called the War on Drugs?
I've not been in the band, so no, I've not been in that war.
I'm part of the war on Fox.
Nor have I been in the band War, so... But I've seen them.
War or Gwar?
War.
War.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
What is it good for?
It's actually spelled with a G. I actually have at least a few of their songs, I think. One of them is almost sounds like Harry.
Didn't one of them die, or didn't they break up recently, or something like that?
I am not certain. I just know they all dress like fucking demons.
That's true.
Oh no!
Who saw this coming? Oh, how convenient. That almost looked like you jumped off air.
Almost.
There's always, like, in every Uncharted game, usually with a scripted sequence like that, at the last possible moment that you could jump, it almost looks like you just jump off nothing.
You know, you'd think that because, you know, we're, like, super close to a waterfall, that you know, the ledges we're grabbing on would be, like, super slippery.
Yeah.
But, nope.
It's annoying.
Yeah,
okay.
because obviously there's water that'd be splashing
On it.
Yeah.
This is a video game. We don't have to have real-world logic.
Yeah,
Well, that's right there.
We're talking about the same medium where you can be as close as possible to lava as long as you don't touch it.
Don't touch it!
Don't touch it!
Well, technically right here,
Yeah.
anytime you step on it, you should also, like, slip and fall.
Honestly, Uncharted is like the most unrealistic depiction of real life ever. Honestly.
Look how many bullets you're taking.
Jesus Christ, Jack! Get out of the fucking water!
Which is funny because it's like one of the games that's like supposed to be a lot more realistic.
Okay. Don't
Yeah,
run out
just-
until you're fully recovered.
I think Jack's
Well, I mean,
enough to do that.
Well, I mean, it's like there's no zombies or anything, you know, it's just you and a bunch of foreigners. And that guy just jumped off.
So this is America?
But it's like, but it's just like there's parkour everywhere all the time.
Well, I mean, he could that could be just explained by the fact that he's a really athletic person. But I mean, then you have stuff like what we were talking about earlier, and that's just like these are things that just don't make sense.
Well, what don't make sense is how he actually climbs. No human being would actually be able to do that for long. Because he doesn't. It's not. This is like an extremely dumbed down version of like Assassin's Creed or something. Like
he's actually a 10-time champion of Ninja Warrior. We just don't know it.
It doesn't matter how much of a champion you are. That you cannot just throw yourself up without using your legs at all.
I mean, yeah, that's true. And also, Drake, he has like no stamina meter at all. Yeah. He has no stamina. And by that I mean he has literally every stamina ever.
He has all the staminas.
Stamina's for pussies.
So I read an article on Kotaku.
Did you say... Did you
Shut the fuck up. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
I think I fucked up the beginning half.
Oh, well.
So for those who don't know, I cut out. My internet died. Like, just 20 seconds ago in the recording. And apparently Justin said something really funny that I didn't hear.
It's okay.
Did you guys...
But...
The too long didn't read story is I'm hungry and I want Taco Bell.
Is this because I said Kotaku?
Yes.
Oh. What even is that? Is that like a Asian vagina?
What?
What?
Mexican vagina.
What? What? As opposed to a regular vagina?
Yeah, it's very specific.
And what are you even talking about?
Well,
I don't even think he realizes anymore.
It is a weeaboo site, and I fucked up my wording, so that must be what it means.
Oh, you went on Kotaku.
Yeah, Kotaku. The site about tacos.
A taco is a vagina, and a kotako is a Japanese vagina.
Let's try.
Let's try.
Oh.
All I'm seeing are arrows pointing.
By the way, you read an article on a taco site. What was it about?
Oh, it's just this guy apparently is like butthurt because apparently video game characters can't climb for shit, at least in ways that would apply to real life, and so he says that Lara Croft and the Tomb Raider reboot and Nathan Drake are like the worst offenders. Nathan Drake more so.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, just because, like I said, he doesn't use his legs. He just throws himself in the air.
I just don't care. Because guess what? You don't.
And according to him, not Solid Snake, Big Boss is the greatest climber in video game history. Just because...
I don't disagree.
Just because of the way he climbs a rock face, because apparently he uses really realistic motions.
But guys, the most realistic way of climbing a rock is clearly Sonic the Werehog.
No, the best way to climb up a wall is to simply run up it.
I was gonna say Sonic Lost World and its parkour system.
I was gonna say punch through it, like Knuckles.
He doesn't, unlike Sonic, he doesn't chuckle.
That's true.
Oh.
Because he is Nipples the Enchilada, and he will break things with his rock-hard fist nipples.
Parkour in Lost World is honestly something that Sonic already does naturally, which is run up walls.
But now he does it in a fancy, flashy motion.
No, now he does it in a way that's not scripted. It's like, oh, look at this! It's not scripted anymore. You could actually initiate it yourself. Now, if only you could control it.
Pretty much.
I have to say, I mean, Though I actually do like the addition of a run button, as weird as it sounds, because there are times where I need to be careful with my platforming, but at the same time, the parkour could have used a little bit more fine tuning.
And in the next Sonic game, it won't be there anymore.
I'm almost certain it's not going to be there anymore.
You know, it's just like they had the problem with Sonic Team is that they're too quick to change their formula for their games.
How appropriate.
Yeah, but it's like they had two perfectly fine games with a perfectly good like physics engine with the boost in Colors and Generations and in Unleashed, but Unleashed also had the Werehog, so whatever. But it's like, and then it's like, hey, we have a thing that works, then people actually like it. Let's make a game that's completely different than that.
Sounds good to me.
As different as it's gotten, technically every game up to 06 was using the adventure formula.
Technically.
Because, like, first it was Adventure, then Adventure 2 had, like, better control. I guess it really depends on who you ask. Like, honestly, I like the way Sonic moved around.
I mean, Sonic 06 had, like, a very adventure-style physics engine, but at the same time,
that game had physics?
Heroes and Shadow, if you would let me finish, Heroes and Shadow had their own kind of...
Well,
it was a lot different in Heroes and Shadow.
It was different, but the basic concept was still adventure style. It wasn't until Unleashed that they truly got rid of it.
It's true. Well, unless you include Secret Rings.
I guess.
But that's a spin-off. That exists as much as Sonic Boom does.
I don't like to talk about Secret Rings.
Jesus.
So,
don't white out.
Wow, when are you doing the Secret Rings LP?
Never.
I thought I said I was going to do that.
It's a joke. Joke.
Oh.
It's the part where you laugh. Like,
It's a funny joke.
Good job.
That was the most awkward looking twirl you just did.
Let's punch a guy while we're getting shot in the back.
Yeah.
I never commented on this, but I noticed that I think this is the only game where you can do heavy attacks.
All the other Uncharteds don't do this?
No, not that I've seen. I know 3 doesn't.
No, I don't think so. Or not that I remember.
Because it said something about you do a heavy attack to get extra ammo, but where the fuck was that in like the other 2 games?
Yeah.
It's like they make concepts for the first game, then they like improve some of them in the sequel, but then get rid of another.
That's called the early installment weirdness.
Well, I guess.
Where do these foreigners keep birthing from?
From the taco.
From Kotaco.
What was I gonna say? Damn it! Now I've completely lost my train of thought.
Something Sonic, something Kotaco.
Oh. Well, who wants to bet that there will never be a Western Sonic game ever again?
Never say never.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Nothing by Big Red Button in the near future, or any future, for that matter.
Maybe an alternative future where Sonic Boom was polished.
Isn't Sonic Boom their only project?
Yes.
And it might stay that way.
That is not a good way to start things off.
You know, I might have talked about this before, and I probably have, but you know, when they say that Big Red Button has ex-Naughty Dog devs, you know how many there are? 2. And one of them is a music guy.
Oh God, he wasn't even a fucking design guy.
Nope.
You know they do
so much.
They do that to tote that they're good people when they're actually not.
They're not actually the people that you want to hear about being there.
Well, from what I hear, there was a lot of development issues with Sonic Boom.
Well, a lot of people left mid development, so
Maybe there was more Naughty Dog guys and they just took off.
probably.
Ow!
Yeah. Those things are sharp, and they will they will impale you.
So you punch it.
What we didn't
Yep.
see was him hitting a trap and getting fucking stabbed.
All right, guys. Here's an important part. Are we going to make the jump? Next time.
Oh.